Welcome back to another episode of Brownbaggin. Today I'm here with Montessori Boy, JT, Diego, and Julia. Thank you guys for being here. These two already fucking cracked their beers, but me and JT, we have respect. Cheers. We have decorum.
Don't
Cheers. Hand
me a beer and expect me not to crack it.
That's fair. It's fair.
Oh, so this has got to last me, what, like an hour?
Something like that. Damn. Something like that.
I'll go slow.
So you guys just got back from tour.
Yeah.
A little tour, yeah. How, remind me of the city. You guys were in Chicago, Portland, Seattle, and LA. How was that experience? Is that your first time doing shows outside of New York?
No, we did an LA
show in February.
Okay.
So we just revisited the same place we were last time.
And then that same trip we also did San Francisco Sketch Fest. But that was like not
a variety show.
Us headlining. We were just one act on a show with like 4 different sketch groups and stuff like that.
Okay. So, but this was a headlining tour. Did you guys have openers?
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
Every city.
Every city had
we
openers.
had stand-ups in every city. It was
that's very
fun.
cool.
Yeah, we got a local stand-up. Sort of got to like pick one, be like, we like that person.
Okay, very cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, we did. We had like a mutual in Seattle. So then Bo Johnson, so fucking funny for us.
Mm-hmm.
But tour was hard on the bodies.
Yeah.
But really
It's
fun.
brutal on the body.
Yeah.
Really
Actually. Well, especially in our case because we all got food poisoning.
You guys got food poisoning. What
all
the
got
fuck
food
happened?
poisoning.
Yeah.
Because
Wait,
we all
where?
split
What city?
something.
LA.
In
Not in
LA.
LA, it followed us to Chicago.
Yes.
Ooh, what was it? What was the culprit?
Don't
Julia,
look
do you want to say?
It was dive bar potato salad that I wanted to order.
That's
I shudder to think of how long it was just like sitting in that Tupperware.
yeah. I mean,
it was the side of a dish, but it clearly was that.
Yeah.
And we could have gotten fries, but I really wanted potato salad.
at a bar though, come on.
It was
Yeah.
fire.
Not to say that you guys, not to victim blame,
It
but
was good.
It was good.
was it
It
good?
was very good. And it had pieces of hard-boiled egg, which could be the
That's probably
very
the culprit.
specifically
It
could be-
stunk. It stunk.
But it was still good.
It was fantastic.
The
It
eggs.
was very good.
That's really funny that it stunk, but it was still good. But then it also got you sick.
Wouldn't change a
That's
thing.
crazy.
We got
change a thing.
fucking brutalized by this stuff. Actually, and it's not even confident. It's explicitly food poisoning because it was all ass. All ass. Stuff.
All ass.
Oh, you guys didn't throw up.
No.
No.
Oh, so it could have been something else.
No,
I mean-
we all
That's what it
three
was.
got
Okay.
it. We all three ate something.
Right. That's really unfortunate. So then,
Yeah.
how did that affect your performance?
It actually coincided with no performances.
Oh,
A little
okay.
bit.
A little bit
Chi-
for me right
Chicago.
before. I had it for like the longest, but probably the least bad. Like I didn't have any like it just was like the.
You had a low grade diarrhea the whole time.
Exactly.
But it wasn't like you weren't shitting yourself.
Exactly.
That's still really
Exactly.
annoying though.
Yeah.
That's
But
just
right
unpleasant.
before the Chicago show, I was almost like, "Whoa, this could be a ride for my life."
Mm-hmm.
Because I was the one that's still kind of like shaking it off a little bit.
Oh, make no mistake. I mean, I was shooting that day too, but you had the most like
I just started having normal shits like a couple days ago.
damn.
So what's that? Almost a week. It was
That's been a
almost
week. Yeah.
Almost a week.
Jesus Christ.
It was almost a week. I
What
was
would
like-
you guys have done if you guys shit yourself on stage? What would have been the? Did you have a backup plan?
We have I have a extra pair of pants.
We did have costume changes built into
Oh,
the
okay.
show.
So it would have been fine.
Stay in that
And
costume.
we have a sketch where JT is in tidy whities, and I actually checked his ass right before we went on stage to make sure
yeah.
there
To
was
make sure no leakage.
I know.
And he lied. And he lied.
Rorschach on the back of those things. I did lie briefly and was like, "Oh shit, yo, Julia, come on," and he was like,
He did a really good job of acting it. It was like right before I was supposed to do the show, and Diego like really was selling it. He like looked at my ass and he like was
I
like,
kept it subtle. I didn't freak out too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Just like, okay, what are we gonna do? I was like, I'm sorry, man.
it's a really fun
That's a
prank to
good
play on
prank.
somebody
That's a very good
who's
prank.
about to go on stage and be very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Especially like we wouldn't have let you on stage with diarrhea on your ass because we have to
Yeah.
sniff your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been bad for everybody. Pink
brutal.
eye on top of food poisoning.
Yeah,
That's-
you'd be doing this interview like pink eye, like eyes fucking sealed.
All of our eyes would have been infected.
Sunglasses. I was like, why you guys? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But so touring hard on the body.
Yes.
4
And-
stops,
yeah.
and that was over 2 weeks. I mean, I've heard through like musicians, comedians, that it's tough.
And
what
we built
about
in we built in days for like playing and stuff, but it still was like really hard.
Yeah. It just is like we were very much prioritizing like, oh, we're in a new city, like let's eat something cool and local, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we weren't getting salads on that.
Yeah.
Turns out, like, yeah, every city's dish they're famous for is like a diarrhea special in of itself.
It's true.
So like,
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
we could have gotten diarrhea on this trip just from
Generally.
diet.
And I'll say even before we had food poisoning, I had diarrhea on the trip.
Sure.
And I'm sure I would say
We all did.
Nerves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That gives me the runs too. Yeah. Before every set, I feel like the night before I get it's a little runny. It's a little runny. Like
before Libby thing, I was like, I'm blowing it.
Favorite city in general, and favorite city to perform in.
I mean, we can all agree best performance show was Seattle.
Seattle, really.
Seattle for sure.
Seattle's amazing.
It was
Did you guys have a lot of contacts and people like friends pulling up, or was that?
Zero.
In Seattle, we had like a couple friends.
true.
maybe
We
like
had Rocco
5?
and Matt Lou
Yeah.
who live in Seattle. But it was just a crazy show. Like the venue was what, like 80, 90
It was
seats?
100.
100.
seats. Okay.
100 on the dot.
It sold out like early, which we
Okay.
were not expecting because
Yeah,
Seattle, we
yeah.
don't really know anybody in
Right,
Seattle.
right.
But dude, the energy in the crowd was just like insane.
It was hot.
We start off
Like
the
temperature
show-
wise.
No.
Oh.
No, it was hot.
No, it's a hot
The
crowd.
vibes were hot. The vibes were
was a
hot.
hot
Yeah.
But it was a really funny show for us too because, like I said, we have costume changes,
Right.
And like in the backstage area is usually where we go and change. There was no backstage area at this
Oh,
there,
wow.
there was a door that you leave the venue from where people are arriving to the venue.
into like the lobby of like the bar.
Oh, wow.
Several
So
people
you're just
arrived
right-
for the show
yeah.
a little late and saw us outside like waiting to go on.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like, hey, what's going on?
That's really fun.
And we're like getting changed. Like Julia has to wear this big fake tit breastplate, and like I'm in my tighty whities. We're changing, and like servers are like,
They're
being
just
like,
running
"Excuse
by."
me," with like
Yeah.
trays full of chicken tenders.
And if people go to the bathroom, then they have to go back in that way. So people were like seeing me put on the breastplate, getting
Yeah.
Yeah.
JT's like ass. Like obviously you're gonna show it on stage, but it's more vulnerable to be like in the hallway.
in the
Definitely
hallway with the
felt more
servers,
vulnerable.
and then people going to the bathroom and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But the crowd was super hot. I would say one of the first jokes we make is about me being a lesbian, and that people just started I didn't, before I even did the joke, I just go like I'm a lesbian before the punchline, and then people go,
It's Seattle. It's Seattle.
We're
It's
Yeah.
Seattle.
on the
Yeah,
mission
yeah.
of lesbianism.
it made me feel amazing. It's literally the America that Trump is afraid of.
Right. That's true. That's the agenda. That's the literal agenda.
And
Yeah,
JT,
yeah.
I mean, I'll say it for him, got a chance at the end of the show.
Oh, you did?
I got
Yeah.
people were chanting my
Wow.
name after the show, which was
That's incredible.
huge for my ego.
Yeah. We love that.
We end the show. We have like a new version of the show now where you've seen.
Yeah.
So
I'm imagining it's about the same.
It's about the
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
but in the new version, it ends on the sketch where I'm in my underwear getting tortured, and then we show the video of me butt chugging.
Yes.
the rose.
Yes.
And so that back to back, and the crowd was so hot already. Like we came out afterwards, it was like JT. I could not believe it. I was like, the fact that this was my route to get here to this moment,
Butt
to this,
chugging
like,
to chance.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
Seattle.
It was one of the worst 30 seconds of my life.
That because you weren't getting it. Because you didn't get the
Not
chance.
even that.
Applause break, JT champ.
Nothing for you. It's Seattle. It's Seattle. White man stock.
Stock
Plummeting.
is
Plummeting.
on the
Plummeting.
floor.
It's-
Buy
Buy now. Buy low.
exactly.
Buy low.
We're gonna go.
Buy low. Yeah.
I want to do a show in the chapter room of a frat house.
That would go crazy. You would get the chance there.
I think I'd crush
You'd go
it.
crazy. You'd go crazy.
I would get a wedgie over my head. So would you.
I do weirdly think that there is a faction of our people who like our shit that are like very fratty.
Yeah, and
That's
I almost
true.
think even
That's true.
Republican a little bit.
You think so?
A little
You
In the
think
bit.
so?
same way they sometimes mistake South Park for being like for them.
Oh yeah.
That I think they see our stuff and go like, hell yeah, they're making fun of non-binary.
Right.
No, we're not.
They just don't have the clear enough perspective to realize that it's
Yeah,
that
it's the smallest minority of our people that watch our shit, but sometimes I do feel like that, like on Twitter and
I've
stuff.
seen Twitter followers. They like comment positively. I go to their page and I'm like, no shit.
Wow.
You're hateful and you like their stuff. Kind of beautiful.
That's funny that you go that deep. That's,
Oh, dude.
Diego's deep in it.
Yeah, I've seen everyone that's ever liked our shit.
I actually today somebody followed someone back on Instagram and it wasn't me and I was pissed.
Uh-oh.
Someone caught
Is that
my
out of
Was it
protocol?
the one from last night? That was me.
There was one today.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I was
Diego
wondering.
usually
No, that's an
handles
old.
He does.
That's an old. Like I think that's like an exec or something that someone tried to request to follow a long
Oh,
time
and they
ago.
finally accepted
They
it.
finally
I
got
see.
around to it. Well,
I think it
that's
was
good.
you.
And then it was probably me. So I did follow them back. Let's fucking go.
If you're down to say worst city, show vibe.
Well, not worst city. I would say worst. I mean, or we could do. I think it's separately. It's like worst show and worst city. I think there's two distinct answers.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah. We're sitting in terms of
Energy-wise.
staying in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, easy with the worst city we were in was
Portland, okay.
I liked Portland a lot, but no one lives there. Like no one.
Yeah.
If there were
lives
humans
there.
filling the street, walking around,
It'd be beautiful.
it'd be great.
Yeah,
But
but
there's
just no one's there.
nobody on the street.
We rode the bus 2 days in a row. Swear to God, we saw 2 of the same people on the same bus. Like NPC, like no one lives there.
They just spawned in there to be on the bus.
Yeah,
The
different
people
routes.
who were around though, it was an interesting. There were a lot of like legit goths. Like,
Okay.
Not on their way to a costume party. Like clearly just like these are goths going
Right.
in for their like shift at Wendy's.
Which I fucking like. Like, I like.
I fucked with that. And then there was a lot of young homeless white people.
Okay.
Like probably
White people stock
mid-20s.
down.
Yeah, yeah.
Buy low, buy
Buy
low.
low. We're buying it low.
Yeah.
In Portland.
I have one family friend from there, and then that lives there now, and she was like, she's lived there since 2018. She's like, yeah, after COVID, like everyone, like it was already like sparse. She's like, to be clear, it was already sparse, but now,
Really?
Yeah, and at one point I voiced like, oh, we don't want to drink out on the street just in case. And they were like, oh, there's no cops. Don't worry about that. There's literally no police here. So
Oh, well, that's like
worry
maybe a good or bad. I don't know.
That's
good.
pro. But
That's
people
pro.
who lived in the city also said like, if you get like your house broken into or something, like
Well,
they're not
you
gonna
just-
show up for like
Okay.
40 minutes, which I guess like is not even that different from.
What happens here?
there's some
yeah.
areas of major cities where that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah, that's just what happens, regardless of how many police officers.
Portland, and we're college.
But yeah, it was we still had a great time, and the Japanese gardens were beautiful. But I just think the lack of people, like, kind of was like unsettling to walk around in.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it was a very empty. Because I think of Portland as one of the bigger cities on the West Coast.
Me too,
For sure.
But also I felt like Seattle was pretty empty too. Did you feel like that? Less so.
Well,
Less so.
we also just happened to be. It's important to know that we were just like staying in a real kind of like nothing area of Portland, and in Seattle we were staying at a place where like more shit was going.
But we moved 2 areas. We actually went to like 3 different neighborhoods.
That's true. That is true.
And still no one was there.
That's
We were
crazy.
hitting a lot of the like what felt like true downtown areas of Portland, where it's like people don't come here to hang
That's
out.
you know how you can attest that there is no one that lives there is an old man came up to us at the bus stop while we were sitting there with our big suitcases going, just started chatting with us like he hasn't
Wow.
talked to anybody. He's like, which is so nice. He was like,
Right.
where are you guys coming from?
Yeah.
And then we talked to him for like 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it did.
Because he was that bored.
It did
Yeah.
seem like people were starved for connection.
Yeah. Wow, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
We did keep saying how nice everyone was.
People were quite nice that we talked.
Because they have to. It's just like, well, what else are they gonna do?
And the show was really fun, but it was slightly less energy than like I would say like the Seattle and
Yeah, it was our lowest attended show.
Yeah, it makes sense if the ratio of people.
Right.
There's gonna be less people at the show.
But we did have a sweet thing where the guy who did our tech saw us going by
Super
on the
nice.
cameras, walking by the venue on the way back, and was like, "Come drink with the staff."
Oh, that's cool.
And we just got
fun.
fucked up at the Portland Helium, and I got to lay eyes on a Kill Tony comedian who was headlining that night at in the
Okay.
bigger room.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, there's Ari Mati, the
Oh, that guy.
Estonian,
Yeah.
that guy.
prince of
Yeah,
comedy."
yeah.
He was upstairs and we were downstairs, and as people were walking in, we were like in the room with like one of the rooms with like the security cameras, and as people were walking in, I would be like, that's for Kill Tony guy, that's for us, that's for Kill Tony guy, that's for us. Like any like non-binary 23-year-old, I was like, that's for us.
That's
come
yeah. You could
on.
very easily pick that out.
Yeah.
And also, people who work at comedy clubs, the drunkest people. Of
Oh,
all
I'm sure.
time.
I'm sure.
Like
We had a
for sure.
great time. JT shared a blunt with a woman who was hammered.
Love that.
Yes, I like got caught in this
Server.
conversation because she was like smoking me out. This server who was like completely blackout, and she kept like kind of negging us, but like not even realizing it. She was like, "Yeah, it almost looked like close to sold out or in your guys' room." She said she was like, "Yeah, like we just opened the small room. If you guys had done the big room, we probably would have canceled the show." I was like, "Yeah."
We also got intel. She was a server at our show. She was drunk at our show.
Yeah,
She
was
spilled
on the
a-
job.
She was drunk on the
Wow.
job.
She
She was-
spilled a
she was
beer.
on, like,
She spilled a beer on my
hour
friends.
Right.
She was in like hour 6 of being really fucked up when I was talking.
That's crazy.
My friend was like, yeah, I know that woman. She spilled an entire beer on my beer that I ordered, entire beer on me, and then went, you know what? We're not supposed to give extra napkins, but I'll get you extra napkins. Like, yeah, you just
Yeah,
spilled
you
a
just
whole
fucking spilled a
beer.
beer. What do you mean extra napkin?
I love that queen. I love
That's
her.
funny
She
as
smoked
fuck.
us out.
Kind of ruled.
She smoked us out.
Sounds like a very interesting character. Going to a segment, you said that you got to follow back from an exec. The other thing that I want to ask about, I mean, you guys have a lot going on. I remember, I think you guys came to like when I was like DJing once, like over a year and a half ago.
I came to that set.
Was it-
I did
think
too.
no, I think all three of you guys
I
came.
remember being at a DJ set.
Yeah, in the basement of some place in like
Yeah.
on Houston or some shit. And I
Yes.
think you had mentioned that you guys were starting to pitch a TV show. And I don't. If you can't talk about it, we can't talk about it. But I'm curious. Would love to hear more about how that experience has been. It's been a year, and some change. What's that experience been like? What have you learned? Good things, bad things. Just like what's that process been?
I guess it's how much we're trying to talk about it, right? Because
Yeah,
the process in general, I think, is fine.
I think it's fine to talk about. I was gonna say, I feel like when we talk to you about that, or whenever Diego talked to you about that, we probably didn't even have the full episode written.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For sure.
It was in the mode of like get the pitch together. Like, get your, figure out your characters and your trajectory and the show Bible, get all that stuff together.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the pilot episode.
Right.
Because
And
we
then-
a pilot. I was like,
Yeah.
we had a 30-minute pilot, and now
Okay.
it's like not that.
Now it's a clean 18.
Interesting.
Yeah.
18 is what you're pitching.
Yes.
Okay. And what has been the response to that? Because it's just a pilot, as far as my understanding, 30 minutes, 30 pages.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's different because there are streaming services where the actual show is going to be like 30 minutes.
Right.
And then there are networks where if you're doing like a half-hour sitcom, the actual show is like 22 minutes.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
And
yeah.
then there's
Mhm.
also kind of what we're doing, which is like we have like these 2 mini scripts that we've
Okay.
written that are
Yeah.
around like 15 minutes. If we were to film them, probably that's where they would end up. And what we've heard, excuse me, what we've heard,
Whoa.
Hey, cheers to that.
come on,
Cheers to that.
what we've heard is that like it's a benefit that our script is shorter than normal because people will actually read that. If they have a whole stack of scripts,
Yeah.
they're like,
Right.
I want
The shortest
15
one.
page
Yeah.
one.
That's kind of sad, but it makes sense.
It's sad.
I mean,
but
it's
it
also
works to our
connected to the
advantage.
fact that people have shorter attention spans. So it's if you're like us and you're not so well known,
Yeah. The shorter, the better.
bite size.
Yeah,
it's
and
easier
it's
to
like
get them to
pretty
watch.
like, at least the first one is like pretty hooky, like immediately. Like we didn't like set, I feel like it's kind of like disheartening to be like, I have to write a hook. That we didn't like set out to do that. It's just like very disillusioning to be like, we have to make it as zippy as possible so people
Right.
can read it and get hooked.
Right.
But it just so happened that the idea that we have for the pilot was one that was like right immediately, like something dramatic happens,
Yeah.
which I feel like is the
It's
thing
crazy.
that
Yeah, we learned
helped.
like if you're gonna write a pilot, try to get people's attention because you're not a big name. The pilot should be crazy.
Yeah.
And so our pilot
Really
is
going
crazy.
for it.
Is like shooting for the moon.
Yeah, the idea when we initially had it, we loved the idea, but we were like, this is so nuts that it is maybe going to be like a season finale type thing. But then we were in a meeting with our managers, we talked about that idea, and they were like, that's what you need to write. Like that's
Well, it was originally even going to be a sketch.
right.
Because we loved
yeah.
it so much, we wanted to make it immediately, but we didn't have them. There's like a couple stunts that we need in it,
Okay.
and
Really going for it.
needed
We're
someone to get hit by a
we're
car.
killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode
Okay.
one.
I mean,
Episode
we
one,
can't-
wow.
Hey, we keep it tight.
Yeah,
we keep it tight. But
People are dying.
people are dying. There's
could say
a lot
that.
of
That's- yeah,
stunts.
yeah.
There's a lot of stunts, and it was sort of the thing of like, if we don't have the money to do this, we're gonna try and do it ourselves,
Okay.
which is like crazy. Like, I mean, at least one person gets hit by a car. I can say
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like maybe we could hit me with a car really slowly.
Slowly, and zoom it up in post. Speed it up in post. Yeah.
So we were talking about that for a while, and then we were like an episode, and then they were like, "You should write that as a pilot." And so people
Wow.
will read them like,
It was surprised. It's easy because it really is just a up. It's a sketch progression that it's like
It moves
1, 2,
like
3.
a sketch, even
Yeah.
though
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
A
And
sketch
And explicitly
show that
trying
we're
to
writing.
not write. Yeah, we're not
Right.
trying to write a sketch show.
Right.
Yeah, it's all it makes me a little bit nervous to talk about just because like you don't want to be the people who are like talking up about like like we're pitching
Yeah,
this
no,
show
of course.
around and then
Yeah.
like, nothing ever comes of it. But I will say like that's one thing that I certainly feel like I've learned is just like how extended of a process it is.
Yeah,
Like, we've
yeah.
been in the process of working on this thing and pitching it around to various places for like a year at this point.
Right.
I have to keep. I almost like that I don't know how. I know it's an extended process, but I kind of like to be unaware of it because it makes me feel like the instant gratification wheel is like I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So it makes me feel like more motivated to keep like grinding on all of our other stuff because I'm like, let me set up all of our let's set up all of our little chips so then they all fall at the same time. Because if I start thinking about how long it might take.
You get bogged down in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so over-
it's just to be like, I take this out of my brain, out of my hands.
Yeah, it's like over the process of doing the show thing, we've gotten like good news like 10 times, maybe a month and a half between each good bit of good news, and we're still far from
Right.
the end goal. So it's
Right.
But you just gotta live off of those little
sprinkles.
The little sprinkles here and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they know how to give them. They know exactly the right time we need them.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
manager knows how to make you
How
feel
to-
like you just did it,
Right.
but then be like, wait,
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very much like we have to just keep grinding out other stuff in the like Instagram, like our sketches and shit, and like figure out and see what happens.
Right, and that's a great segue into the next thing that I want to ask you guys is, so obviously like you guys came onto this scene or whatever via TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, the online shit.
Yeah.
And I think for me as a consumer, and I mean, like, I'm not a comedian, but like I'm in the area.
Right.
I'm on the block.
You're in the wheelhouse.
I'm in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And I think like every day I see new people trying to do this thing, which is, of course, it's like that's kind of the model right now, right? Is like get a following and then parlay that into something else. But then I feel like there is such a thing as oversaturation, and there is such a thing where, every time I open up Instagram or TikTok, I'm like, I see somebody has started a new sketch group, and somebody has started doing stand-up, or, and for me, as just kind of, as more of an observer, but also like, still, again, kind of in the wheelhouse, I'm curious, I think about myself and, doing the show, like, what is the end? What is this a means to the end? Is this the end? Like, how does this turn into something? Obviously, you guys are working on the TV show, but I feel like
Hypothetical TV show.
the hypothetical TV show, yes, of course. But I feel like there is, not to say that there's a ceiling, but I think something that I just had a conversation with Mega, our friend who we went to school with, and she had been like talking to a bunch of industry people, and kind of like the general consensus is that no one really knows what's going on. No one is really taking any chances on anybody new. But like the main thing is that you have to have a following, and you have to you have to make sure that people know who you are and believe in you to some degree. Maybe you don't need 1 million followers, but like you need something. But then where does that go? What for you guys, like where do you see that going? As far as like putting in the work online, building that following.
I think we have sort of an interesting thing where we don't have that many followers. We have like a medium decent amount.
Yeah, like 50, 60K on Instagram?
Across all...
Only 20.
Only 20 on Instagram, but like across all of our major platforms, we're at like 100.
Okay, that's a good amount.
Yeah. No,
I will say that we are probably at 100K, which is not, I mean, it's a good amount, but compared to like other sketch groups, not crazy. But I will say the difference, I think, is people, a lot of like interaction. We do get a lot of like,
Right.
And we also,
a lot of engagement.
and we're DMing. I'm DMing people. Like nobody's business.
Right.
But there are definitely groups that and entities and people. There are definitely comedy people online that have more followers than us that are not like doing live shows or touring on that live show.
Mm-hmm. Also, certain types of like online comedy is conducive to, I think, showing somebody who might be in charge of like TV and stuff like, hey, I have like the skills to maybe be able to do this. Whereas certain comedy would be like, we put the title of the premise on the thing, or like I do the same character over and over and over, and it's like it doesn't really show that you could maybe do another thing, if you just have
outside
a character.
of
So we've been pretty intentional, I think, with our sketches. Like,
it's kind of like, obviously, like our goal is to entertain, and like this is the media landscape we're in. It's just what we gotta fucking.
Exactly.
It's just what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Right.
But I think obviously one goal is to entertain. I think the other goal, to your point, Diego, is like to build like a diverse portfolio of like things that we can showcase that we can.
That's a really good point that I didn't even think about. Like a lot of people get big off of doing a character.
When the one thing catches the algorithm, a lot of people will fall into the trap of, okay, well, let me just do this.
Do that over and over again.
Yeah, and then your career is online.
But then, like,
Now
let's
it's
say,
endorsement
yeah,
deals.
you send it to execs. You're gonna send them a bunch of stuff of what you've done. If it's all the same stuff, like, what is? It's just gonna be like, oh, we can throw them in as like a bit character on like whatever the equivalent of Superstore is. St. Dennis Medical.
Right.
Yeah, you could land in an ensemble playing some version of that character. Like that's a way to make it to my club.
Which is nothing to sneeze at. Hey, St. Dennis.
No shade on
Come
any
on
of it.
in.
But we were definitely very intentional from the very beginning when we first started getting any sort of traction. We were like, we need to make sure that we're not like a TikTok comedy group. We are a comedy group
that just so
posts on
happens,
TikTok because that's like what we have to do. So we were always like, we're gonna do stuff that is like challenging us and each other, and not like lean on shit that we're doing a million times. It took us like a year and a half before we finally went like, all right, maybe we do a sequel to like a video that we've done before.
Right.
And even then, we did something that people were not clamoring for. Like, we haven't done any sequels of like big sketches.
It's stuff that we're into, and also stuff that's gonna be a bitch to prod design,
Right.
a bitch to edit,
Right.
and like just all around like a bitch to do.
Yeah.
But it's intentional on your end because you guys want to display all those skills that you have of
Yeah.
you know being able to prod design something and have that joke land.
Yeah.
Or you know using editing as a vehicle for comedy.
Right.
That's actually very interesting because I like I just said I didn't think about. I mean, I'm just fucking scrolling. I don't think about like, oh, it's funny. But then you scroll to their page, it's like, you're right. It's like 50 videos of the same shit. And it's like, okay, some of these are funny. And sure, they're getting engagement and maybe they are getting those brand deals. But then it's like, for that class of person, for that class of comedian, it's like, what do they do? And yeah, maybe it is just brand deals. You know, because like that where does that go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a quantity versus quality thing. Like, the stuff that we do.
But you guys, I feel like you guys are very much quality over quantity.
Quality,
Yes, for sure.
and that's why we don't have any brand deals. 'Cause it's like,
That's fair. And the blood and the guns and the vomit and the tits.
Right,
Yes,
right,
yes.
and all that other stuff.
the almost willing suppression of our videos. We go suppress it. Fuck you.
Right.
We don't give a fuck.
We don't give a
suppress
fuck.
it.
We do give a
Right.
fuck a little bit when it just eats a dick on TikTok.
And we've spent like 3 days working on it.
We spend so long on that video.
Yeah.
It is a real balancing act between like we want to just put the quality first and make sure that we're making shit that we like and that we're proud of and that we stand behind, but we're also like, if we put out another video that's like 5 minutes long, like it's gonna completely eat shit on all these social media platforms. So it's a negotiation. Like I think the way that we initially built a following on TikTok was we weren't worrying about live shows, we weren't worrying about TV because like we didn't have any of that going on. It was just the three of us doing it for the sake of it. So we were able to put all of our energy into videos. And back when we were doing that, we would put out a video every week, every 2 weeks, and there was like a 3 or 4 month period where that was our output, and that's when we got like, you know, from like a couple hundred followers to like 50,000 followers.
And we
That
had
was
to-
all in that
We-
one
Also,
period.
personally, none of us had anything going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like you were like, we all just kind of dove headfirst in, and I was a little bit like, being like, we need to be putting out videos
yeah.
with this frequency.
Julia specifically always had the vision.
As your guys' personal friend, I actually don't know how you guys started. I mean, I remember seeing the initial page go up and seeing the first sketches, but I don't know what the actual origin story inception was.
Well, our first year we had some of the lowest vibes of anyone, you know, in their first year in New York City.
And you guys lived here 2020 or 2021?
2021.
Yeah.
We, Diego and I and Simone, who was our other roommate,
My editor. Yeah,
your editor, JT's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
Shout
Shout
out.
out.
And our friend, hey Simone. We all lived together, but before that, we all moved home because of COVID and just like, all saved up. And then we moved, and it was, well, I would say personally, like personal vibes, really high. Like professional vibes, quite low.
Yeah.
Super low. Because it's like we moved here in just like the idea, like I'm moving to New York City to do comedy. I don't really know which kind yet.
Right.
I'm trying to make it in, but God, was it the open mics, stand up were not working out.
I remember vaguely we like saw each other and you were telling me that you were doing that and you're like, this is ass.
It's miserable.
I was
Because-
doing open mics too. It just was blowing to. So we were going together to some of them, but I was taking him to like the queer Brooklyn mic.
And there was one time
He doesn't fly there. He
He
doesn't
was
fly
just
there.
eating shit. He was eating shit.
I did these jokes. I don't even say what they're about, but like it's not so bad.
They're
But
not bad. You should just say it's not bad.
it was just about how my middle school teacher had a lazy eye.
Okay. That's
It was
and it was
punching
just-
up though.
it's
It was. You don't know the joke. It was punching up.
It was punching up.
Okay.
It was punching at least diagonal.
Diagonal. Not
diagonal.
straight down.
No. I was just maybe a little too much of my fucking like Cumtown edgelord shit there, and people hated it at this open mic. And then I actually did a number on my like psyche for a while, just like, I don't think I want to be a stand-up dude.
I'm not of this world.
I'm not this is not for me.
The
I also-
culture has passed me by.
Yeah, and I also just realized, like, I don't know if you realize this, like, I don't have the armor strong skin that you need to make it in stand-up.
Yeah.
To go
Yeah.
in shit.
You really gotta
almost
be
every
tough.
night. You have to be extremely psychologically tough, and I don't got it.
I don't want to give away because I think it's gonna be one of my things for an answer later on. But
Oh yeah, let's save that. Let's save that.
but I will say that we were doing a lot of open mics. this open mic was like my favorite fucking open mic, and I took Diego to it, and they ate shit, and then he wouldn't come to any other open mics with me.
You all got that armor,
He
man.
was only doing the Manhattan ones, which is all like fucking like incel.
Yeah.
Misogynist, no offense.
Well, yeah.
Except for Diego.
Except for Diego was the one knight in shining armor.
He was a knight in shining armor, but he was crushing. Yeah, also crushing.
I got a doorman job from these Manhattan mics.
Yeah.
Oh, you were a doorman too.
I actually got a full. I worked as a doorman for a year and a half.
That's
at
crazy.
A comedy club in Manhattan.
Oh, and at a okay. I worked in an apartment building, but that's
Oh,
that's
no, yeah,
fine.
different. Mine was unpaid.
Yours was unpaid.
You get paid in stage time, baby. That's why this shit blows.
The way that they exploit labor. In
That
the
is
comedy
that's
world.
actually crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
But yeah, we did that for like a year, and I feel like we took, like, I don't know, we were doing like other things. We were taking like little stabs. Like I was like submitting packets for fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
And, like,
I took like some improv classes.
Yeah.
I was also eating shit. I was doing like the least stand up out of all of us, and probably enjoying it the least, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, that did say a lot.
But yeah, same story. I wasn't. I didn't have anything going on professionally. I was working as a tutor. I was driving out to New Jersey like 3 times a week to like do ACT tutoring.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yep. And the only thing that I had going on was my rapidly disintegrating relationship. So we were all sort of.
Which that'll keep you occupied.
It will keep you occupied.
That'll fill
It
the
kept
time.
you occupied, but also at our apartment a lot.
Yes. Because
Right,
staying
right.
there.
We witnessed the downfall.
You saw it.
We heard it.
You heard it. You heard it.
We heard it through
You heard it.
We heard
Wow.
it through the sliding glass door.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I have such a vivid memory of turning up the Diego and I sitting on the couch, turning up the volume while they were fighting, and being like, cracking open a beer and just I forget we were watching, being like, what's up, Diego?
Nice weather we're having.
But that kind of like all culminated. Well, and we all did sketch together in college, you know,
Right,
like
right.
NSTV, and so we were kind of like, I think I was pushing for it for a little bit before we did
Julia
it.
had the vision. That's why she's
Yeah.
the captain.
I just saw like, you know, you see like, the one before was obviously Please Don't Destroy, but then I could see other groups doing it, and you just go, I could fucking do that.
Right.
We did that all the time in college. Like obviously it's different. NSTV was more esoteric for like no audience.
Right.
But like, how hard is it to do that? It's all we want to do. So everything else fucking blows.
Right.
Yeah. And there was some amount of like setting aside pride at that moment where
You have to.
doing TikTok at the moment was I don't think as many comedy people were doing it then.
No, you guys got in
It was
early.
kind of a like
Yeah.
you gotta just bite
It felt
the
a little
bullet.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Even
sure.
still getting in early.
I was gonna say like getting in early relatively, but I was gonna turn the
A
question
couple
on.
years after like the first people
Right.
were doing that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
But I was gonna turn the question on you and say, how do you? What we're talking about, like internet comedy, like I consider you to be like more. Maybe it's the wrong read, nihilistic, or like more like
Yeah,
a little
no,
bit
that's
more like
true.
cynical.
Yeah.
How do you read like some of this TikTok sketch comedy? And you could be honest with us, when we first started doing it, were you like, fuck?
No. When you guys first started doing it, I was like, oh, I'm glad you guys are doing shit. Because that for me, I think at that point, like post pandemic, we all just I graduated a year early, but we were all in the same class. Or you were
I
2021.
was years below.
Yeah, but it was just a bad time. Like at the time in my life, I was not doing. I was a doorman, and then I had like 3 other random jobs like within that year. I think very similarly was like super cool socially because I was living with Peter, Rena Thomas. We were just hanging out all the time, and like I had income, so it was like I wasn't as broke as I am right now, and it was like fine. But then it was just like I wasn't doing shit. Like I didn't direct anything from 2019 when I graduated till 2022. So that time I was just like, kind of just searching for something.
Yeah.
And then to see you guys do this shit, my honest initial reaction was like, that's awesome.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
It's just like, you guys are doing some shit. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, I need to do some shit.
Yeah.
I need to start fucking making videos too.
That was the whole first year for me in New York,
Yeah.
was just seeing other people
Right.
doing comedy stuff and getting some amount of success and just being like, fuck, like what the fuck am I doing? Like the stand-up thing isn't working.
Right.
There's like improv feels like, you know, we're
Right.
doing it to what end?
Right,
And
right.
so when Julia was like, we need to get together, the 3 of us, and get into sketch, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I think you might have been the most reluctant.
Well, I was like, once we finished doing sketch in college, I was like, and now I'm done doing sketch, and now I don't have to sort of like do this life anymore.
It does
which
feel
is-
a bit collegiate in
Doing
some
sketch
regards.
comedy,
In some
it's like,
regards.
to be like, I want to make it TV. I'm gonna take the sketch route.
Right.
You'd be like, really? Is that the fucking route you want to do? Are you sure? And that's how I felt.
It's just the the barrier to entry is a lot higher than stand-up. If you're doing stand-up, it's just you and your ideas and hitting up open mics like twice a night.
Right.
But for a sketch group, like I consider myself super lucky that we just like have two other people in our lives that are like equally committed to doing this and are also like very funny and talented. Like if we didn't have that, it's very difficult, and especially if you're doing stuff online, you got to know how to edit, you got to know how to like make shit not look terrible. You got to be like purchasing props and like.
Yeah, that's what I'd recommend. If you guys can find a sort of JT in your group who edits, it's
That
such
would
an
be
asset.
Someone who's a
amazing.
If we had
whiz
no
on the
editor,
keys.
our shit would be distinctly worse.
Yeah.
We'd be
He has a vision.
way limited on what
Do you
we can
think? Do you think your contemporaries are being held back by that? Because I think I've noticed that you guys are very with the editing, and then I see other people's stuff, and I'm like,
Well, that might be why some people do videos, which I won't disparage. Just not what we do. It's where it's like
The front-facing
You throw the
stuff.
front facing. You throw the premise written out.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
POV. You're blah 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 blah
Right,
blah blah.
right.
Because you don't have to edit that. You can just clip a bunch of.
Or you can watch even in bigger groups when they don't have an editor or like a super strong editor where it's just like shot kind of where they're all in the frame all the time.
Right,
or like,
right.
and then you cut to like singles. Like you just see it just feels really like
elementary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's exactly how it would happen if I had to edit the sketch. Yeah, I'd get in Premiere, but it would be bad.
Right. You guys got lucky.
Yeah,
you guys got lucky
and
with
JT will do whip out a first cut, like so quick, like nobody's fucking business.
Right.
And then we'll also have like really cool ideas about like tone and like if we do a lot of like weird genre pieces. We've been trying to like end a genre. We do a lot of horror, that kind of thing. And so after the first cut, we'll all sit and just go like literally like through the sketch together and be like, I think this could be tighter. Well, we go. First of all, we love you.
Yes. I had to establish that as a rule. Like before we go
into any critique.
I need one compliment.
First of all, we love you, and then we can tighten up like all of this.
One
Your shirt is beautiful. Let's get to the
This cut though, this cut is dog shit.
I don't know what you're thinking, big dog.
Love the pants. What did you do? You fucked.
Yeah,
You
it's
fucking ruined
always
the
shirt
sketch.
and pants. I do pants, he does shirt.
And then I'm covered. And then
Then you're good. Then you're good.
Yeah.
No, but I asked the initial question about like where you think this is going, because obviously I think like you guys got in maybe not the earliest, but you guys were definitely earlier, and you guys have like expanded to do the live show, obviously working on the hypothetical television show, and I don't know, I think it's a very open-ended question. I don't think there is an answer. I was just curious about like there's like that roommates show that built. That fucking credit card points. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that
I
like
saw
web
that.
series
It
thing.
keeps getting sponsored ad to me, but I haven't watched it.
Every like content creator, influencer, comedian is getting sponsored by Built. I think in the last 2 days I've seen like 10 videos.
They trying to
Dude,
build
we
like a
would love
credit card
that.
platform.
Oh yeah, no, do you
It's
know
called
Built?
Built, BILT. You haven't
It's
seen
for
this.
your apartment.
Maybe you guys could sponsor us. We could sponsor us. Yeah. Buy some
card
beers,
for
put it on
rent.
Built. Yeah.
Built.
But anyway, I think like there's a lot of like just weird shit happening where you have a credit card company making, obviously it's very different than what you guys are doing, but it's the same general premise, which is comedy that is meant for a vertical platform.
Yeah.
But it's like that is a tech company.
Well,
You know what I mean?
there's a whole thing. I mean, there's there's that show Boy Room that's sponsored by
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
Right.
Where I think there are certain people people it's considered as like online entrepreneurs where like TV is going to be online. TV is
Right.
going to be on TikTok.
The Quibi.
But
It's
we're
got
trying to
Quibi,
go.
but, yeah.
We're trying to go.
Neo
reverse.
We're trying to go
Right.
We're trying to go
traditional.
Yeah.
Because that's what we grew up with and what we love.
Right.
I
I don't want to make a vertical TV show. Sorry, that sounds like fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, we're basically doing that already. Like,
Right.
we are the, like, 3-person production company for our, like, very specific shit. And it, like, takes a lot of time and a lot of effort because it is just the 3 of us.
Right.
But it's also, like, the only thing we have to worry about is, like, our shit that we're making.
Right.
But there are a lot of companies that are like, if we get some sort of seed money, we can crank out, like, these shows like, a Boy Room or like a Subway Takes, like these would be the types of shows that would be on like VH1 or like Discovery Channel.
Right,
And now it really does seem like that genre of show is completely living online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so interesting to me because I feel like there's just this new, I won't go too deep into it, but it's like there's the tech side of it, and then there's the money side of it, and then there's like the studio executive side of it, where it's like I don't think anyone really knows what's going on. But then I think it's really refreshing to hear from you guys that you guys are just like, we're gonna do what we've been doing, and I try to do a couple other things. I just kind of forget. I mean, like, do you guys? Is that something that you guys are? I know you guys said that you guys haven't really gotten any brand deals. Is that something that you're looking for? Is that something that's like
We gotta be
on the
posting.
agenda?
It could kind of. We're trying to pump out more stuff and like a little shorter than our 5-6 minute
Yeah.
bullshit that we've been putting out, which we love.
Right.
But it doesn't do any numbers.
Right,
And
right.
we're sort of learning that like brands only mess with you if you're putting stuff out all the time.
Right.
Consistently, bing, bing, bing,
Yeah.
bing, and going viral.
Yeah.
We did one brand deal that was like a very lucky situation where like it was for a vegan cheese company called Plants. Shout out Plants.
Okay.
We love you,
Shout out,
Plants.
We love you, Plants. And it just so happened that the like main sort of creative director who was doing the campaign for like the launch of this vegan cheese was just like a fan of our stuff, and so he reached out to us.
Kind of do whatever we want.
He gave us like
Full control.
He was like, you guys pitched me a couple ideas,
Mhm.
and then we pitched him a few, and he's like, I like all of these. This one feels like the most one. We're like, yeah, we like that one. He's like, go for it.
Period. Yeah.
And
When
we-
was this? I don't think I saw this one.
Well, they put
Like
it
a
out.
year
They put it out
ago.
only through their channel.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
it
We're
wasn't
collab. We're
on
collab on
Instagram.
Instagram.
On
Oh, is
Instagram.
it?
collab
Okay.
Instagram
Yeah.
only out on TikTok.
But it did
TikTok
well.
for them.
It did pretty well.
Compared to, no offense, like there's some other posts on there that we were kind of popped off.
Yeah. But like it was a really kind of like it was not the experience that we were expecting. You would
Yeah.
expect to like be working with a brand and they're
Right.
like, make sure you like kind of stay away
Right.
from like this area. But like we put a joke in our pitch just to kind of like push the boundary a little bit and see if they would like tell us to cut it out.
Right.
What joke was it? I don't remember.
Where like the very beginning of the sketch is like we're all like preparing for the apocalypse and it's supposed to
Oh,
be that
yeah.
like, we bought a Bible, a Torah, and a Quran just to
Okay.
like cover our bases.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
we miscommunicated and we ended up with 3 Qurans. And we're like, it's not like offensive,
No,
but
it's
it's a
not
little bit like
Yeah,
It's a little. It's
you
a
would,
little.
you would
yeah.
maybe think that
As a
company
brand.
would not
Yeah,
want
right,
us
right,
to
right,
touch the Quran whatsoever.
Right. Or the other ones too.
Yes, but
Any of them.
they were completely down.
Wow.
Which was really cool.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
very.
they
That
were-
sounds like the most pleasant brand experience.
Yeah,
It really
We
was.
were communicating with one guy,
Right.
and this
right.
guy was like 32.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's
Okay.
like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. That's hilarious. No, I did not see that one.
I've never seen anything. I don't know if they're still a company.
Yeah.
Did the
I
vegan
really-
cheese
We've
go
never
under?
seen their cheese in stores.
They don't sell the cheese in stores.
And they also
like, have
told us-
partnerships with like restaurants.
They also said they were gonna send us some cheese, and they never did.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
It's
used
okay because we got that. We got that cheddar. Come on.
We don't need the cheese.
You don't need the cheese. You got the cheddar. Yeah, I like
we
that.
literally
I
used
like
a
that.
block of cheddar from the store to be their cheese in our sketch.
Oh, you faked it.
Yeah.
We faked it. Yeah,
We
yeah.
got like 5 blocks of cheddar, and we also
Real
had
cheese,
oh
not vegan.
yeah,
Full
real.
lactose cheddar.
And we were like tearing.
You
it
were
up
really
on
going
the
in
floor,
it.
Yeah,
and it
it's
really was
disgusting.
disgusting.
I mean,
was
that
so
sounds
gross.
disgusting. Just biting into a fucking block of cheese. One thing. So this is something that Diego, I floated Diego, and Diego didn't really. We don't have to go into it, but I think I'm curious
I
about
told him about it. I told him about
Yeah.
the general idea, which I think is interesting, which is, there's a couple of maxims, whatever, sayings, platitudes that we have in just like our creativity, which is, good artists copy, great artists steal. What is it? Flattery is the most, imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah.
But then when you turn that into comedy, stealing jokes is that's like a cardinal sin, right? Like
Yeah.
people have gone major. I don't know if anyone's ever lost their career, but like that's been throughout, television,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And mostly stand-up is where
Right.
that
Stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
throw a wrench in someone's career.
Right.
if
Or
they're-
at
if
least
they're a
their
big joke.
reputation.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Because people still talk about. I mean, I can't think of anybody right now, but I'm sure people still talk about. Right. Oh yeah.
Robin
exactly.
Williams is actually a notorious joke
Right.
stealer.
Right.
They
Right.
had
Amy
a light
Schumer,
at the comedy
too.
club.
Amy
Right.
Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
Amy
yeah.
Schumer. Yeah.
But I don't know if she got even. I think she kind of disproved it. No, I have no idea.
No, there
I
were
don't-
2. There was one about her sketch show, and one was
A Louis bit, right?
there was
No way. She.
I
bit
think it
Louis.
was. I think it was.
Really?
I'm half remembering.
Oh, I think you might be right.
I don't know.
I think it was something of that era.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I think, so then to kind of bring that into, because you're right, mostly that applies to like stand-up. That's like, because it's one person writing the 60 minutes of material. But obviously I think it still applies to anything, people get sued for scripts being too similar, right?
yeah.
And so I think now that we move everything into the internet, everything is there immediately. Everything is, just like people are making stuff all the time and it's instantaneous. And I feel like because of that, there are so many cases I see posts all the time, whether it be in comedy or just like photography or film it, whatever it might be, where people will like make a post like, hey, this looks exactly like my photo looks like your photo, and you took I took this photo 6 months before you did your campaign with Gucci. But I feel like there's an interesting thing where it's like, you know, you can't, in this age when everyone is just seeing stuff all the time, you do have the argument to say like, hey, maybe I didn't actually steal this, but maybe I did see it, and it like maybe just like wormed your way in to your brain, and then like when you were doing something vaguely similar, it just like came out naturally through you, but like you could still very clearly point and say like, hey, this looks like my thing.
Yeah.
What's your guys' opinion on that? How do you guys, has that affected you? If it does, how do you guys feel about it? Is it just kind of like a, imitation is the most sincere form of, what is it?
No,
imitation is the most
sincere
form of flattery.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I will say personally, like in this group, like something that we really make a point to do when we're like pitching premises is like, Whitest Kid You Know did this in XYZ sketch, or this is a move that they use in this, and being like, okay, we can't do that, or what's a different twist on it and an angle on it, like et cetera, et cetera. Like,
So you guys are doing your research so you don't get put in that position that I'm describing.
Yeah, we just really, I think we all really care about coming up with like original sketch ideas and like putting our own stamp on it. Like obviously sketch is like, you know, there's a finite number of premises, like, and like different
Right, and
dynamics.
that's the other thing.
It's just like finite.
Especially when you're doing apartment low budget comedies.
Right,
Like,
right. There's only so much you can do.
I mean, that's hitting sometimes these days. Like thinking of a premise, being like, what fucking weird thing can happen in our apartment
Well,
for
like
no money?
you being painted all white, like Phantasma, like that's like from a result of being like, what the fuck can
Yeah,
you do?
truly, what the fuck could happen?
So I think like obviously there's a finite number of premises, but I will say we really try and make a point to be like, we don't want to bite anyone's shit, and if we did, it would be like so unintentional.
Yeah, I mean, early on, I'll go back and watch some of our early stuff sometimes, and I'll be like, oh fuck, like I subconsciously took that from like a Jake and Amir video that I watched when I was like 12 or something.
Right. Which is like, but who can blame you? Because that's, you know, that's everyone knows that.
Yeah,
but it's like, yeah, of course, you would think about that when you're trying to make something funny, because that was funny, and it was funny to you at the time.
Yeah.
And I had never seen that, but people kept being like, this is like Jake and Amir. And one specific sketch, and I was like,
I actually do remember. I think I don't remember which sketch, but I remember looking at the comments, and I saw that
I
the
do
Jake and
feel
Amir.
good that like as we've been posting shit longer and longer, we're no longer only getting comments of like, this is just like Jake and Amir. This is just like I think you should leave.
It's Always Sunny.
Like Always Sunny.
Which
or
is
New
Always Sunny would
Girl.
make me really happy because it's like it's a TV show. Like that's what we're trying.
Yeah, they're just being like the tone is similar versus we did a It's Always Sunny premise. I think when it's specifically Always Sunny. Yeah, for a while there we were like, hey, on that last take you just did something pretty Tim Robinson-y. Let's do another one and tone that shit down.
Get rid of that.
I just don't want to hear. I just don't want to hear it in the comments.
And then I don't have like, I mean, like was not like a birthday boy's head. I was like, they have like, JT has a really like wide breadth of sketch knowledge, and so sometimes I will pitch things, and he'll be like, that was birthday boy's sketch. And like, okay,
And she
well,
like
cut.
never watched it, had no idea what it was.
Just
but it's
came to
like,
it. Yeah.
Right.
So it's that makes it a really tricky thing, because when you see something where it's like, oh, this is very similar to something that we've done, you don't know if it's just like the human brain is a computer and like the same inputs are eventually going to come up with the same outputs, or you don't know if it's like, you know, maybe they saw like the first like 30 seconds of a sketch that we made and subconsciously 6 months later thought that was like an idea that they came up with. So it's tough to tell, but you know, we've certainly encountered some things online where we're like, oh.
Yeah, we've seen like almost direct direct copies of the people
There's
writing our
one.
shit.
There is one from the JT's kissing the old people sketch. That was. It's clear that these people watched it, forgot about it, came back because it was the camera
It was
style,
egregious. It was egregious.
the premise, the camera style, and the
down
way
to like
the actor spoke.
cinematography of it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god! It was kind of like, this is crazy. You guys really coming like beat for beat, like. Wow.
And
But
what was the time gap? What was the time gap?
Don't remember.
No,
to be
not a
honest.
lot.
Not a lot.
I would say it was like 3 months.
Oh, that's short.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
almost think
short.
it's like, how do you even forget? Like, how do you even forget?
I saw that sketch just like on my feed, and for the first half of it, I like liked it. I was like, oh, this is funny. And then like by the second half, I was like, wait a minute.
I did that.
Wait, is this fucking play about us?
Yeah, exactly.
It
And
also-
wait, which one did better numbers?
Us. It
Thank
was-
God.
That's
Thank God.
that's how you decide if you're upset or not.
Right. That's how, if you decide to be mad.
The only times we've been really upset is when it's
Someone else is doing numbers and yours isn't. Yeah.
It's just kind of hard. It's like we've seen. That's been like the one like egregious one, and there's maybe like one or two other ones that can like stick out as like random things.
Right,
But they're
right.
like, you can kind of be like, oh, they like internalize it. But there have been times where we've seen other groups like take moves or like stop like kind of like away styles that they wouldn't normally do, like moves, and just yoink that into like a sketch that they do.
Right.
And then it's like, how would you even call that out?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the
right,
tough thing because
right.
you would seem like such a sort of petty narcissist.
Schizo
you
kind
would,
of.
yeah,
like,
you would seem crazy. Like, you would just be around and be like, "Are you fucking insane?" Because it's like
Right,
not a direct copy, but it's like something
It's just like one line.
Right.
you go,
Right.
"That is almost exactly something we said 2 months ago."
Mm-hmm.
But that's like, it's part of the name of the game. But I don't know. I feel like if it does really well, then we'll say something about it.
Right.
One day, if it went mondo viral.
Yeah.
And again, like you never know if it is truly just a coincidence. Like
Right.
we filmed a sketch once where a lot of people in the comments were like, "This is Smosh did this exact same premise like,
Really?
a couple months ago."
And the thing
we're
is,
like,
I thought of that premise in the grocery section of the Trader Joe's I work at,
Right,
and
right.
I don't watch Smosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
But
never
no one
watched
does
Smosh.
But to
anymore.
be, and to be fair, like that premise, like that feels like the only time we've ever gotten like you took this premise from Smosh is like, but that premise was like pretty
a
basic.
universal premise. I
Yeah,
would say.
and then after,
And that's when it gets even more difficult when it's just like a general, very general
That's the thing
concept.
that like
right?
anybody could have been like,
Right.
"Oh, this is an observation."
Yeah, like it was the Bluetooth. My Bluetooth is connected to my phone, and I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
and I'm
Right,
blowing
right,
it
right.
out.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
she's
that's-
like watching
yeah,
TikToks
yeah,
and like
yeah.
the speaker is connected.
That's-
Smosh
I've seen
had
that-
something like that on a date, and
Okay.
it was so ours is all about shit, and theirs was just kind of a little like not about shit.
Right.
So
I
it's
mean,
like-
I've seen
it
that
went
joke
different.
so many times with like
yeah.
dudes going to the bathroom and they're watching porn.
Right.
You know what I
And we
mean?
were like, let's not do porn, let's do shit.
Right.
Because we're innovative.
We're innovating. You're
And make
innovating.
it a
yeah,
woman.
Yeah,
Make it a
make it a
gal.
woman.
And wasn't there a little bit of porn? There's a little bit of boom.
A little bit of porn. Oh, you have to.
But
You have to.
it's a woman.
You gotta do a little porn. You gotta do a little. You know.
You got it.
Yeah. But so it's like, I'm curious. It's interesting to hear you guys like check each other because like I don't know. Like for me, I don't do when I'm directing. I don't do references. I don't.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like they do their mood boards and they do like, oh, I want the shot to look like this from Euphoria or this one from I don't know this PTA movie, whatever. And I'm just like I don't. I sit down with Clay and I say, I need this shot and I need this shot and I need this shot, and then we're like, okay, we'll just do that.
I would say in filmmaking, isn't there something to say that like whatever your style becomes is just the amalgamation of the people you like, and so if there is
Yeah.
some conflict,
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's actually totally okay
Yeah.
in filmmaking. Because you're gonna do
Right,
it differently.
right,
You're not
right.
gonna do it exactly the same, but it's just an ode to an ode. To
I
an
think
ode
it
to an
takes a
ode.
couple times though. I feel like you have to. It's like all your influences are like scattered across, and then movie to movie, then they just kind of like become.
Right. Then they
Yeah.
converge into your own.
You're taking
thing.
from three people. That's a new style. If that's
Right,
the
right,
mix
right,
of
right.
three people.
Right. Where I think comedy is obviously just
Comedy
much
becomes
different.
joke.
We
Right.
do
Becomes
take,
punchline.
but we do take from people like I think like stylings and like people that we like love of just being like I like this type of joke or I like this type of premise or like we just all rewatched Bridesmaids and the fucking performance Melissa McCarthy
Yeah.
gives
Yeah.
is like completely
Hilarious.
with the fucking cabbie hat and
yeah.
you first meet her she has a Shirley Temple with fucking 10 things in it
Right.
an arm brace on
Yeah.
and a cabbie hat
Right.
and it's just like
I would say
That's
like
something
you're,
that
that's
is
just,
something
like-
that I
That's just deep in Julia's bones. Like
That's,
that
like-
performance and like other stuff in that sort of vein is just like something that like shaped like who you are as a person.
Yeah, and I don't even think I really realized until we rewatched that movie recently that I was like, holy fuck, I'm like, this is something that I have in my back pocket that I'm really at.
Right.
Obviously a different version of it, and it's like, there's lesbian and there's like other things about the way I move, and I'm always dancing.
Yeah.
But it's not, there's little like bones there of like 12-year-old me watching this and being
Right.
like, this is the funniest woman I've ever seen.
Right. And you've internalized that.
Yeah,
Just because
and you
it's
could
something
say
that you love.
Yeah, you could say that with like any performance of like I feel like there's like so many different types of performances that we give where we'd be like that looks like this and this and this.
Right. But that's not necessarily. That's not stealing.
It's not
That's
stealing,
just-
it's just like kind of morphed into
Right.
like
Right.
yeah, informing our characters and like what we do.
Yeah.
Have you ever like been in a situation where you saw something and you were like, oh, I think this person is like jacking my shit a little bit?
I'm not famous enough for that. Nobody knows who I am.
Even like
Not even at
within, like,
Northwestern?
Northwestern,
Yeah.
I feel like you were-
No, I don't think so. Because I only got to direct once, and it was at the end of the year, so I wouldn't know.
I like that shit though. I liked it.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's honestly still holds up. But I mean, I didn't get to see next year if anybody did steal my shit. But also, I don't think anybody
They didn't.
would.
I was in the class.
Yeah, I just I was very, and I think I'm less austere now. But I think I've grown from that.
Yeah. I will say I almost dyed my hair bleach blonde.
Oh, because of me? That's fucking hilarious.
Would you have said anything?
No, because I was like, I probably saw someone on Instagram do it, and I was like, actually, I don't even remember why I did it.
I was just like a little freshman coming to college. I was like, whoa, I've never seen an Asian dude with this much steez before.
That's good.
I need it.
Thank you. Wow, you're making me blush.
A DM from Jesse being like, hey man, fuck you.
Hey man, I see what you're doing, man.
It would have been really
Watch your
funny
back.
if there was beef because of that.
No, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
I would have just been like, oh yeah, I started to wave. I would have been like, oh, flattered. All right, this is cool.
Totally.
But no, I have not. I don't think enough people have seen my stuff. Well, what I will say is that a music video that I did do last year got stolen by Destroy Lonely.
No.
Yeah, I'll say that on camera. I don't give a fuck.
That is a scoop.
Yeah, so
The fuck, Mr. Lonely?
He's like a fucking
opium Playboy Cardi protege.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, at the time of pre-production, my co-director was like trying to get people to help out, and I guess he just knew some people that were affiliated. It's just kind of like LA is like the creative music scene, whatever. It's like it's all basically the same people. And I guess he talked to somebody who loosely knew him, Destroy Lonely, Mr. Lonely. And
please call me Destroy. Mr. Lonely was my father.
Yeah, his father's I-20, but that's another thing.
What?
Yeah, he's a huge nepo baby.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Destroy Lonely is a nepo baby. Anyway, that's a different podcast.
I cut this.
We did the video, and the original plan, we shot in like July, and we were gonna hopefully put it out by like end of August, and there was gonna be like a whole rollout for it, because at the time the musician was supposed to have music ready, EP ready. A lot of shit got fucked up. I won't speak on that because I honestly don't really know what happened with it, but the video got pushed, and the project got pushed. The video got pushed on our end because we were having problems with post-production. And so we were delayed on post on the video, which had nothing to do with the artist, was totally on our end. Just shit kept getting fucked up. Then so Destroy Lonely was dropping an album at the time. He was like in his album. I mean, he's like their Opium is on Interscope. It's like, fully industry shit. And I listened to their shit. I like them. And I remember I just knew in the back of my mind that he was in the middle of an album rollout. But then I think I was on YouTube. Or no, my co-director called me, and this was like 3 or 4 days after the video came out. He was like, go look at Destroy Lonely's YouTube right now. And I opened it up. And the video is, the premise of both videos, I guess, is that the artist is standing in front of a big speaker wall. It's like Jamaican sound system, sound culture clash kind of, vibe. And the artist that I was working with is Grenadian. So that's like a culturally appropriate reference for him.
Right.
And like for their Juve, they cover themselves in like black ink. And they do their carnival. Destroy Lonely's video is him in front of a speaker wall dancing around in a tar pit. And that's the whole video.
Damn.
And I just was sitting there on FaceTime with my friend. I was like, that's so crazy.
That is nuts.
Well, you've talked about a way to fucking get some eyes on your shit is to start beefs. Where's your fucking beef?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, well, that's the thing is like,
put the video out of
it's
put it on blast.
It's for me and my co-director. Like nobody knows who we are. The artist himself did not. I guess he didn't really want to do that, and his manager didn't want to do that, and so it just kind of we put our video out on Black Friday, like 3 fucking months later, and then nothing was said of it. Just because it was so long.
Yours came out after.
Ours came out after.
So yeah, you're gonna have to have some documents.
Right. And so because when that video came out, we were on our first pass. Where our hard drives were getting shipped across the country. We were nowhere close to putting it out. The team in LA was trying to like do like a marathon to put it out. It just wasn't working. And so yeah, that's the one very explicit time that I got stolen from me and my friends got stolen from, but then there was like no recourse because we were putting it out afterwards, and then we were competing with a way bigger artist.
Would
You know.
would you call someone out if they did copy you? If you like to start beefs?
Nowadays, yeah, but I don't think enough people have seen my stuff for that really to be like a thing that I could genuinely call. You know,
You might get a horde of destroyed lonely fans in your comments going like shit. Like,
Shut up, bitch.
yeah, that's fine. We could do that. The opium kids could.
Yours is ass and his is good.
Why
How
do you
many
like to
people-
start beefs?
I think conflict is good. I think conflict is funny, and then also just for engagement.
Yeah.
You know, I think like personally, like when Diego and I were talking about this interview, I said very explicitly, I like stirring the pot. That's like me, like not for any like malicious purposes, but I
Yeah.
enjoy bringing shit up, and you know, I don't mind when it's thrown back on me because I like arguing. You know, I just enjoy that. I think one of my hot takes for one of the other interviews was that I think the word community is being thrown around way too much, and I think like some people should not be uplifted. Because I think some people's voices are not, like, I don't care. I don't care. Sorry. Maybe I'll have a conversation with you, but I don't think you need $50,000 to make a short film.
That's a good take.
You know, and I think, like, that's kind of the core of it. I personally, I'm not there yet to be able to say, hey, somebody stole from me. Maybe when I put my web series out and that starts, you know, getting eyeballs,
Popping off.
maybe somebody will make a thing where their roommate dies, and I'll be like, "Hey, that you stole from me." But
Spoiler.
yeah. Well, no, that's in the trailer. But yeah, no, I don't know. I just think it's funny. I think it's.
People are spending way too much on short films and making way too many short films. There are people making short films where I'm like, no.
Yeah,
no.
$100,000 short films. I'm like, come on.
Think about it.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let's.
$100,000 for a mumblecore short film.
Yeah,
It's
like let's.
With
come
no
on.
vision, like at least show me what that's going towards. Is it going like I'm like if you got prod, if you got like
Right,
nice
right,
camera, I'm like
right.
yeah, sure, whatever.
Not always the case.
Yeah. One thing that I want to ask all three of you guys, because I've worked with everyone, I think, separately on very different things. But I'm curious, rapid fire, keep it one sentence, quick. Like, ultimate goal. Obviously, you guys are working towards comedy right now and hypothetical TV show, doing the sketch stuff, but ultimate, like, 20, 30 years.
Separate or together.
Both, either.
Maybe.
What is it together and then individually? I would love to hear because and I only ask because we've worked on because you were in Clay's thesis film, you were just starring in Libby's film, JT. I don't know. Actually, have we worked together?
I'm sure. I mean, we've been on sets together.
We've been on sets together.
but not like in a super collaborative
Yeah,
way between
yeah.
the two.
But we've worked together, in that sense. So yeah, I'm curious because all those things have been very different, especially compared to what you guys are doing now together.
As a group, TV show.
TV
show.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy.
Yeah. We all wanted to like work in comedy TV,
Yeah.
and like that was all of our dreams. And now we're in a position where it's like, oh, maybe it can be like starring the three of us, which would
Yeah,
be
that was
awesome.
never
the
my.
dream of dreams.
Yeah.
I never thought I would be in
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
But cool. Okay. In a word, how about in a word personal?
20 years from now,
Yeah, let's say 20. Just like not near future.
recap podcasts going over all of our old videos.
Hell yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
yeah. Breaking the money highway.
I'm basically not even kidding. I see those and I'm like, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's a lovely sort of nostalgic thing when it's like you get together with people who you have deep history with and just like tell funny stories. I fuck with that.
Yeah,
And I already feel nostalgic for like our early ones.
Yeah.
it's already there.
For sure. Yeah, someone recently was like on one of our videos, you guys got old fast.
Really?
That's fucked up.
It was because it's shot like we were hungover that day and didn't want to shoot a video, and it's like my iPhone, so it looks like dog shit.
Wait, which video is
We
that?
like woke up.
Was this
Robocall 2.
Robocall 2?
Someone was like, you guys got old quick.
I don't need to know.
And
what
we do not look our best in the video, but whatever.
I look bad. I'll say that.
I look bad
I'm
too.
not on camera, so.
Oh, it's just us too.
It's the two of us.
Oh my
You got spared. You got spared. The
Oh
old
my god!
comedy.
I actually thought of that
They're
video.
like,
I don't.
where's
look
the
good.
youthful energy that JT brings? You guys look old as fuck.
Well, that's all you could attribute that to the
Bastard.
whiteness.
You're
We
about
got-
to be
we got that
27
going. We
too.
got that going.
It's kind of it's just easy. Be like, I want to be like a comedy actor and maybe be able to do like dramatic acting too.
Yeah,
I think
Because to be like,
No, I've been saying to you, I gotta write something for you.
yeah.
I'd love to.
Diego
I
has a
wanna be able
deep
to play.
darkness in him.
Oh, I agree. I've said that to him.
I want
I've
to
said
like
that to him.
obviously like Bill Hader doing a comedy career and then being able to go and like write and act in Barry is like that seems like the coolest thing of all time.
Yeah.
Maybe I mean writing is the bitch of it all, and maybe it'd be nice if someone else wrote it, but also writing's fun too.
Yeah.
When we do it at least.
Yeah, when we do it.
So yeah, like those two things at the same time would be a dream.
Yeah, that's it.
I would love to do some acting. I'm really enjoying it, like finding it. Like post grad, I feel like I never did it in college. So it's been nice to do that. So I'd like to do some of that, but mostly, I would love to be a showrunner. I would love to write, like just like how much a show.
Yeah.
Really, I think I could do it.
You'd be great at that.
You'd be good. You'd be a good showrunner.
She's got the vision.
Watch out, PAs.
Are you gonna abuse the PAs?
The belt's coming off on set.
You are
bro.
getting harassed and hit on.
You thought fucking Ellen was bad?
Oh yeah. Well, watch out for
I'm
Julia.
grabbing and I'm taking the belt off. I go, bring that ass here, because I'm gonna hit him.
Boom.
She makes Ellen look like
That
motherfucking
PA Reddit
Keanu.
is just gonna be whenever you get your first show, it's just gonna be, oh my god,
she's gonna carry
avoid
around
this slot, please.
She'll have a little
And they have
fucking
blank names. That's like J dot like space T. And I'm gonna be in the
Stay
threads
away.
being like, she's so nice. She'd love to be a PA on her set. She doesn't
make a bunch of
grab-
burners.
She doesn't harass or grab.
And we're gonna get in trouble for being like, we had a pretty good experience.
You're backing her
Julia
up.
was always nice to me.
Gonna be one of the apologists. The
We
apologist.
actually-
Julia
we
apologist.
tried to make moves on her and it was okay. So I don't know, little guys.
Okay, last thing. One popular thing that you hate. Who wants to start?
I can start us off. I don't know how controversial mine is, but Radiohead. I don't fuck
You don't fuck with Radiohead.
And it's the exact sort of thing that a guy like me should super fuck.
I was gonna say.
And that's why, like, in high school, I'm listening to these albums over and over again, trying to form some sort of emotional connection to these albums. And it's like, I can tell that this is, like, good.
Yeah.
It's not like they suck.
Right.
But it just, I never understood the rapturous praise layered on Radiohead. And now they're all, like, you know, pro-Israel.
Yeah. They're just kind of really
But
made
I
a sour
didn't fuck
turn.
with them before that.
Don't let Peter hear that. Peter might
He'll
slap you.
kick my
Yeah,
ass.
he might kick your ass.
I'm scared of that guy.
You're gonna have to go. I got nothing.
Okay, I could do two. I'll say I didn't want to say before. Stand-up comedy.
Just in general.
Hate to do it. Hate to watch it.
Yeah.
Hate all of it.
I think it's also becoming like so crowd. Like everything I see on Instagram, it's just like the highlights are all just crowd work. I'm like, that's not what fucking stand-up is.
I'm not even trying to defend crowd work, but that's
You
just
are.
people being like,
I
I
don't
gotta
wanna burn
build a
material.
following online and I don't want to burn material. Which the critique I think would be like, do crowd work interestingly.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Just
Instead of
do
like,
it
oh, where are you from? What do you do?
Dunking on
Is
people
that your
in the
girlfriend?
same, there's like 10 ways to
Yeah.
dunk on people and they're dunking on people in the same 10 ways over and over and over and it's just like deeply uninteresting.
I think that there's obviously a rare exception, but even when I was doing stand-up, I would get up there and I would do it and I would go, I don't know why I'm doing this. I hate watching it. I hate watching it. I've always hated watching it. I mean, I like to listen to it. I used to listen to it in the car, like obviously like, you know, like Kate Marine's always going to be fucking hilarious, that kind of thing. But on the whole, I would say 95% I really dislike watching.
People shit on, like, improv, but I think there's way more, like, mediocre stand-up.
I think stand-up is a new improv.
I was gonna say I would rather watch improv than stand-up on the whole. Like baseline, medium, okay.
Because at
improv.
least when you're watching an improv show, you can pick up on, like, the interesting social dynamics of, like, oh, I think that, like, that girl hates that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also that's community. Like I would rather watch like it's like very collaborative, and it's always gonna be like I think the joke will usually be stronger if you have people like building on it than if you have one person who's like sort of toiling away and then like trying it out. And then my other one is, I mean I didn't hate it, but the movie Friendship just like didn't click for me the way that.
Oh, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen
I
it.
actually have to say like all the women in my life who saw Friendship were all like either or
It's
It's a fellas movie. It's a fellas. I haven't even seen it, but it sounds like it's a fellas
I mean,
movie.
the one woman in the movie just gets lost in a sewer and then comes back and the husband doesn't give a
Bechtel
fuck.
test is that's out
That
of there.
actually was
That's out of
funny.
there.
That was the funniest part of the movie.
Honestly,
Like,
it was so funny that
she gets lost in a sewer for like 2 days.
I will
or
say,
something.
I am somebody who loves everything Tim Robinson
Yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah.
Even for me, I'm like, this is an endurance test.
Really?
Like to watch that character, and it is the most unlikable version of a Tim Robinson character.
Okay.
To watch that
tough.
for an hour and a half is like,
It's a horror movie.
It is
To-
a horror
At least for
It's a
women,
horror
like,
movie.
it
Oh yeah,
feels
yeah,
like-
yeah. They
like
do the
a-
misdirection with the trailer.
it's like a social horror movie.
right.
It is just like a horror movie, and like people were fucking busting up laughing in it, and
Mostly the guys.
most of the guys.
Mostly the
but
guys.
it's just like I get guys. I got 2 of them right here.
Right.
I understand, but I guess I don't get lonely guys because I'm like the 3 of us got friendship.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, there's actually nothing Julia hates more than a lonely guy. A man who's lonely and makes it other people's problems.
And put that in
You're
your
number one
manifesto and
incel
smoke
hater.
it. Yeah,
You're the-
put any man who's lonely and watching this, put it in a manifesto and come after me.
Yeah.
All right, it's out there. It's
A man
getting
who
clipped.
corners you and tells you about how bummed out he is. Julie's like, I got no
Julia's like, I will kill you right now.
He's weird, and I don't want to speak to him.
He's off-putting. It's like,
Yeah, I'm the most clippable. I'm just giving you things
Thank
to
you.
get me in trouble.
Things that get you extreme virulent hate online.
I thought of mine.
You got one. Go for it. As you pop the zinni in, yeah, go ahead.
I got the Zin in so I can think. Mine is that SNL is good.
I was thinking that.
SNL is I was actually.
It is popular to hate on SNL. As an SNL hater right now.
There's of course the discourse that is SNL was funny when I was in middle school. Blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. That was of course comes from like, yeah, you're the most likely to laugh. You're forming your sense of humor
Right.
when you're in fucking middle school, whatever.
Right.
But it's also people sometimes have commented on our videos like, they should be on SNL. They should be doing this on SNL. You can't do our videos on
No.
SNL. They're coming up with it fucking 5 days before
Yeah.
and then doing it live. Like
Right.
you're limited
Yeah.
on what you
Yeah.
can do in a live setting.
Yeah.
To get any laughs at all on a live sketch you came up with a few days ago is kind of a miracle.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
The reason
It's
why,
almost a different medium. It's almost a different
it's
format.
literally its own medium,
Right.
and it's a medium that like fights against itself. It's being like, we're gonna put up every roadblock to being funny possible,
Right.
and
Yeah.
still figure out a way to be pretty fun. Like we'll have like 3 hits per episode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Watch an old episode. Watch an episode from the fucking like 1993.
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
80%.
80% dog
stinkers.
shit.
Yeah.
The reason why SNL is good is because it's bad. Like it's interesting that people are like still.
So you still
doing
think
this
it's bad?
tradition.
I don't
Most
even
of it
think-
is like
I
not
don't even
good
think
comedy
it's
wise.
that bad.
But it's a really fascinating and interesting thing to watch. There's this writer Jesse David Fox who talks about this like nonstop. Like he talks about how like you're supposed to follow SNL as if it's sports. You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
not every episode of SNL
It's gonna be a
good.
crazy
Not
buzzer
every
beater, yeah.
game you watch of your team is going to be good, but
Right.
it's just like it's interesting to see like, oh, like this player is having a real hot streak,
Yeah.
or like, oh, what's going on? Like there's a whole like minor league feeding system where like if you're really deep in the comedy scene, you're like, I knew about like the guy who just got hired on SNL for the past like 3 years because
Yeah.
I'm seeing a bunch of like UCB
But-
shows.
And it's watching the new people come in and then wait, like investing in them and waiting to see
Waiting to see when they
until
pop
they
off.
get to
Watch
them.
Right.
them work on their jumper.
Yeah.
Right.
three seasons.
Rookie season. Everyone has a rookie season.
How the fuck can you show up?
Yeah.
It's like Julio Torres and get to fucking make all
Yeah.
those like cinematic like Wells for Boys.
Exactly.
Like, the actress where it's like Emma Stone. Like she didn't get to make that for his first season.
No, totally. Like people.
You had to invest.
Obviously, like SNL is like the most mainstream sketch comedy thing, but like they hire a lot of people who are like very interesting. Julio Torres, Sarah Sherman, like there's all these people that they've hired where it's like you're doing something cool here, and it sucks that they seem like they're going into more of a Kill Tony direction where they're trying to like grab from that pool more,
Right.
but you know that tension within the show itself is what makes it interesting. And
Yeah.
does it produce the best comedy all the time? Of course not.
But I'm also like, imagine doing stand-up in that format where it's like you wrote the stand-up 5 days before and now you're performing it for the first time for a
on
live
national
crowd.
TV.
Yeah.
Right.
On national TV, you have a
right.
camera
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Be funny in front of a camera, and whatever goes out goes out. You literally
It's
cannot
a
go like
big proposition.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That
and
bomb.
the actors, they basically give the monologue to the actors. That basically is stand up.
Yeah,
They make
yeah.
them do sta- and
Right.
the monologues stink. I'll be honest. The monologues.
And most of them.
Sometimes they'll hit. Like the
Sometimes.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt when he did the I just was rewatching this. The Make 'em Dance.
Make 'em laugh.
Make 'em laugh. That kind of rocked.
That is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yes. That's how
I just rewatched it. He did all those flips for real.
I mean, it's an amazing.
He was.
performance.
I don't.
It's
I
not
don't think I've
funny.
seen this one.
It's not
He was
funny.
doing
They
backflips.
pulled it
He's
from the
literally
air.
doing the.
They didn't have the rights.
What is it? Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain.
Oh.
Singing
Singing in
Laugh.
the Rain,
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
'em laugh. It's just him doing that.
Why is it the worst thing you've ever seen? He's doing flips, bro. And they pulled it from air because they didn't have the rights.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not funny, but it's extremely. He did it
It's an
one
amazing
take
performance.
live.
It's an amazing.
He did like genuinely like 10 flips.
Yeah.
He did a whole routine, a whole tap
That's
routine.
physically impressive.
No,
That's a feat.
it's a physical feat, but I'm just kind of like, you can't just like do some shit from like a movie.
Yes, the
Right.
fuck you can. Just so again, I'd rather have that than have fucking like
some lame joke about
what's it,
like,
Millie Bobby Brown come out and be
Right,
like,
right.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? That's fair.
That's fair. Okay, I buy this actually because I'm an SNL hater. I haven't. I also
I can
mean,
imagine. I can
yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
I know you pretty well.
Imagine this. If we're thinking about it as sports, imagine the new, what's the Kill Tony guy?
Cam Patterson.
Imagine rookie Cam
See,
Patterson
even
coming
an
in,
SNL
dapping
hater,
up.
He knows.
I know. Well, I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm online way too.
Imagine rookie Cam Patterson coming in, dapping up Jane Wickline. I would love to be a fly on the fucking
Yeah,
wall.
that's
No,
fair.
that's true.
That's
That's
fair.
true.
That's fair.
It's
That's fair.
such a mainstream thing that you forget how crazy it is.
Right. It is
Yeah,
a crazy
It's also, you have to
proposition.
imagine behind the scenes there is a Lord of the Flies style situation
Right,
happening.
everyone's
where
fighting
there's
for
the
it.
younger kids coming and being like,
Yeah.
I have something that I've
Yeah.
actually done on stage 20
Right.
times, and it's very funny to other
Yeah.
people, but I'm also 24 and you've been here for 10 years.
My hair would be falling out for sure.
Yeah.
Stories about SNL are like more interesting than the actual product
Yeah,
itself,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. Okay, mine. I'm gonna go with. This is kind of lukewarm, but I literally can't think of something that isn't about movies, and I've done like 2 movie ones already. I think we got to get rid of headphones.
Generally?
People are on their head, just walking around
come on.
constantly
No,
in
no,
there.
I'm
No,
sick-
that's
I'm
a
sick
bad
of-
one. That's a
that's
bad
a
What do you mean
one.
that's a bad one?
I'm
No,
sick-
no, no,
I'm
no,
sick
no.
of
Wait,
hearing
do you have a-
motherfuckers
Why?
TikTok.
Why?
Do you
Do you
have an
guys always
opinion?
have your headphones
No.
in?
If I'm on the train with
I'm an
volume,
AirPod guy.
Yeah,
in the
you're an
train for
AirPod.
sure.
See, it's like that's fine sometimes,
I do the crossword.
but it's like every second of every day you have audio stimulus. You're frying your fucking brain.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
You're destroying your brain.
but there's an evil that exists, which is people are going to be on their phones on the train and they're going to be watching
Or
shit.
just don't do that. Just look out the window.
Yeah, I agree.
Or read a book.
But that's lukewarm.
I don't
Would you
know.
have an opinion on? I'm corded headphones.
I'm corded.
headphones
I'm corded.
Versus Bluetooth sucks.
Yeah. I lost one of the plastic backings to the my Bluetooth ones, and I don't know how to replace because they're like an off-brand one. So then I just went to the bodega and I bought the wired ones.
Yeah, the bodega.
Yeah.
Can I
Wow.
recommend something to you, which I just did? I upgraded from the $10 headphones at the bodega to
Yeah.
the $25.
I have the Apple ripoffs.
Okay, I got the Apple
Yeah,
ripoffs
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's $10, 3-week lifespan.
Yeah. No, those are bad. Those
Dog
are bad.
shit.
You
Those are
should
bad.
get the regular Apple ones. The corded ones are like genuinely $30.
Every
Oh,
time
really?
I buy
And they never
headphones, it's
go
an
back.
impulse decision. And I actually talked to the guy at the bodega, and he said, "Buddy, if these fuckers like sputter out on you in a month, you bring the box back. I give you new ones." Because I complained, I was like, I can't do the $10.
Well, no. See, what you think?
'cause they
What you
suck.
need to do is that you need to not do that because you need to listen to the world around you. You
No,
need to,
I-
you need to have.
I understand
see
that
where you're
You
part
need to
of it.
have. You need to hear the things that happen.
Okay, what about walking? No
Yeah.
headphones, but the stationary people are watching videos and they're
So?
watching them out loud.
So?
And it makes me crazy.
Just zone that out. Listen to the cars. Listen to the birds.
Headphone in. Listen to the cars. Well, there's a lot of noise pollution in New York.
There is, but that's like part of why we're here, right? That's because
symphony
it's
of the
like
city.
it's the symphony of the city or whatever, you know. Fucking
We're here to
stupid
make
shit.
short form sketch comedy, bitch.
and
We're
not
not
taking
here to
the
listen to
beauty.
the noise of the city.
Listen, I like hearing
I-
the loud
fucking
beeps
sick.
and the sirens.
I'll
sometimes.
stick up for you. I am
Thank
definitely
you.
like an AirPods addict, and I
He is.
hate it, and
He
I
sleeps with them.
I miss
He
a lot.
sleeps
with his
AirPods.
Not always. Not always. I was doing
We
that
were
on
just
tour.
on tour with
I
you,
was doing that
and
on
my
tour.
God,
Snoring
snoring
AirPods.
like a
I
bitch.
used to
And
do
like,
that.
JT, fucking
I
flip
used to-
over. No response. He's got a podcast. He's making his dreams weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
true.
That's where it's
Bob's
bad.
I- no, I-
It's
I-
fucking with your
I'm
subconscious.
agreeing with Jesse because I know how much it's ruining my life, and I find it hard to stop. I do not sleep with AirPods in usually, but because we were all in the same hotel room on tour, I was like, I need a little bit of something.
I need you to know. I need you to know.
You're making
no
all
one
the
was. Yeah, you were making all the noise. No one was making a peep.
They needed the headphones.
I know, and I never wear headphones. And I was like, God damn, I need a pair.
I'm saying I need
You
to
know,
make
there
a
was- there
change.
was one
I'm
that-
agreeing with you.
I don't know if you
Do you,
realize-
are you headphones it all the time? I'm assuming
Never.
you are because you got really mad.
No, I'm. If I want to watch TikToks on the train, I don't have my headphones. I watch it on silent.
Why don't you just put your phones out?
And do what?
Yes.
He's
think.
He's
think
he's dopamine
about
addicted.
That
things.
He's
is
dopamine.
a big ask. Like I'm
It is a big ass,
definitely-
but sometimes you just need to sit there and fucking think. Maybe it's like, maybe the only thought is like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Well,
but maybe
yeah.
you should sit with that Maybe you should sit with
I should
that.
advance with the plan.
I didn't say advance, but I said sit with it.
Weigh
I
the
said
pros
sit
and
with
cons.
it.
Weigh the pros and
Weighs the
cons.
pros and cons. Weighs the pros and cons.
I'll have one headphone in, and then I'll sometimes just sit without it. And as I said earlier, I've started to do the crossword on the train.
That's
classic.
better. That's better.
classic.
That's better.
Just sitting, a printed crossword.
Oh, by hand, yeah. I do
you go.
Sudoku. I
At the
do
library,
Sudokus
for
in a pen.
Your
with a pen and
wrinkles
paper.
are gonna come in faster doing that.
I don't
That's
care.
fucked up.
I'm gonna get.
That's fucked.
I'm
And
gonna
just a
get
divine
She's
intervention
gonna get
when
so fucking snatched once we get our hypothetical TV show.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna be like Rob McElhenney. Sorry,
Yeah,
Rob Mac.
Rob Mac. Sorry.
Mac.
Yeah. Don't
don't
detonate him. Don't detonate him. Don't detonate him. Come
Don't
on,
clip
man.
it. Don't clip it.
Do not clip that. We need
Sorry,
to. We
Rob.
need to be
Sorry.
in his good graces.
All right, I think that's the show. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. I hope this was fun.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching. Bye. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm done. Is everyone done?
Almost.
Almost.
That was super fun.